morning. Nina's here with me. She's making me do this today. We're calling these segments 30 seconds in the studio. We're going to keep it to approximately 30 seconds, and I'm going to show you this first segment about Yupo paper. Yupo paper is a watercolor paper with a plastic surface, so none of the paint is absorbed. So when I put my brush in water, I gather up some paint. I put it down. It's not going to absorb into the paper, so it runs together and it makes some really interesting, fun patterns. It's extremely difficult to control, but you can get some really unique effects. Good morning. We're back in the studio for 30 seconds in the studio, and we're just working on Yupo paper. I have done a little bit of a drippy kind of just nondescript wash. I'm going to add a little more color to it to make it a little more interesting. And then I'm going to show you what we can do with this as far as stamping. I love to stamp. So this is a very expensive piece of bubble wrap. Very important tool for Yupo. I'm just going to lay it right over the surface. The surface is wet, and let's see what happens when we pull it up. Voila. Welcome back to 30 Seconds in the Studio. And this is a painting that I'm working on Yupo paper. I haven't named it yet, but I love the color. It's bright and cheerful, and it's cactus blooms. But I'm not happy with this purple down here. There's too much purple. So I'm going to show you on Yupo paper. This is one of the magical things about it, is you can remove what you've done and change it. So I've got a wet paper towel, and I'm going to wipe out some of this purple. And you'll see it comes right off the paper. So it's really bad if you spill your water on this paper. It'll take your whole painting away. But you do have the option to make changes and adjustments to it, and that's what makes Yupo so much fun. Welcome back to 30 Seconds in the Studio. Hi Nina, how are you this morning?
I'm doing well. How are you, Diana?
I'm good, thank you.
Good.
We're going to fill in what we took out on this painting, on this Yupo painting. I took out the purple. It was too much. It was overwhelming. That's not really where I wanted my focal point to be, so we're going to go back. I've got green paint on my brush. I'm going to fill in where I took out the purple. And now I want to give it some texture. So I've got another little handy thing I found at the hardware store. I don't even know what you call it, but I love this piece of whatever it is. I'm going to lay it down over the wet paint, and I've got a beautiful pattern.